Hello from Colombia. Okay, we're already starting international. So probably some of you recognize me. My name is Laura. I'm from the Symphonic marketing team. Really excited for this masterclass today. Musicmatch is a company that is a platform that I've used personally, and I also actually have a few questions. I'm curious to learn more about it. I think with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to the Musicmatch Pro team.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And hello, everybody. Thank you for having us. We're really excited to talk to you about Musixmatch Pro today. My name is Julia, and I'm a partnership manager here at Musixmatch, which a little bit about us. We're the world's leading music data company with the world's largest lyric catalog. And our mission is to provide data tools and services to allow the experience of music to be enriched across the world. We've curated a catalog of over 12 million songs in 250 languages, licensed by major and independent publishers, and used and enjoyed by DSPs and fans across the world. So today we're going to talk about Musixmatch Pro and how you can use it as an artist to strengthen your strategy. Thank you. So I'm joined by some lovely ladies here today from all across the world. So thank you for telling us where you're tuning in from. I am currently at our headquarters in Bologna, Italy, although I'm normally based in New York. Vanessa, who will be here in just a moment, is also joining me from Bologna. We have Carrie, who's normally in town here, but is joining from Verona, Italy. And Nicole is joining us today from Geneva. So you have a very global team.
Here I am.
Yes, she's here. She'll pop on from her end as well. Alrighty. So, and also in the chat, if you could tell us, if you haven't been already, who you are, what you do. Are you an artist, a manager, a songwriter? We'd love to know. And then we can move on to the next one, Nicole. Great. So Musixmatch Pro, it's an all-in-one solution for getting the most out of your lyrics, from curation to distribution to enhancing your audience's listening experience. So it allows you to be present on music platforms, to maintain your catalog of lyrics internally, make sure sorry. Make sure that you are, keeping track of all of your lyrics and being present across DSPs, as well as enhancing the audience experience. I think maybe one of us needs to. Is one of us echoing? Is it me? Are you on mute? Why am I echoing? Okay, is it better now? Good. So finally, we want to allow you to engage your fans with meaningful content, with time-synced lyrics, as well as some lyric videos. And Nicole and Carrie are going to get into the features and a demo of the product a little bit later. So you'll see that then. And we can move to the next one. Some examples of lyrics across the internet, whether it's on Spotify, social media platforms, Google search. You can allow your fans to search for your music based on what they remember most, which is the lyrics. And with that, I'll leave it to Nicole to talk to you about some more features of Pro.
Thank you very much for the intro, Julia. I'm Nicole. I'm product manager of Musixmatch Pro, which means that basically I'm the person who's working on the technical development of the platform, on the implementation of new features, and so on and so forth. What can you do with Musixmatch Pro? We have different levels of profiles that you can have. You can start with a free profile, a free account, or you can get to a premium account. Starting from what you can do on a free account, these are the main 3 actions, and also mostly the reason why our platform sleeps, which is basically having the possibility of sending the lyrics and the data about your lyrics to our partners. How does it work? You basically create a profile on Musixmatch Pro. You log in and you need to claim your artist. You will be doing this through the platform, selecting it from the options that you're going to have. And we manually approve the verification request. So we check that actually the person has the rights to claim the artist, and then we approve it manually. Once your artist is claimed on your account, you can curate their catalog. You're going to be able to access all the catalog. So, like from the oldest to the newest releases. And you will be able to curate all the lyrics of your artist, which means basically adding the lyrics if they're not there yet, editing them if something is wrong, but also syncing them to the music. And as you can see then on our platforms, partners, for example, on Spotify. Once you save the lyrics on our end, they will be directly sent to our partners. So as Julia was mentioning, for example, to Google, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, and so on. Be aware, though, that we don't control the timings of publishment on the different platforms, because this is something that is dealt by the DSPs directly. However, on our end, we assure you that from the moment your lyrics are basically saved on the platform, they are directly sent and distributed to the DSPs and the other partners. Now, this is the basic activity that you can do, as we were saying, with a free plan. However, we have a set of premium features that can make the experience more richer, let's say. First of all, as I was explaining, since the artist verification is a manual process, when you're on a free plan, it can take up to 30 days because we have to check manually all the requests. When you upgrade to a premium feature, you skip the line. You're going to get prioritized for this, and the waiting time is cut to 1 business day, basically. At the same time, also, you will be able to edit songs or tracks with featurings, which is something that for a control that we want to add, like a higher control that we want to add on the basically on the artists, we don't allow for free plans. Once you have a premium account, you will be able to use our AI tools. In particular, these are very helpful for transcription and sync. As you can imagine, what happens is that basically you, from the audio file of your song, we're able to get the transcript automatically with AI. And once you check it, you can also run the sync automatically on the song. This means that basically the lyrics and the music are automatically synced, and you will be able, of course, to review and check if there are mistakes. But as you can imagine, this speeds up all the activities. Once the lyrics are added and synced, you will be able to access another part of the platform, which is what we call lyric videos. You will access a tool that allows you to create lyric videos that could be of different formats, for example, for Reels, so shorter videos, or longer videos for YouTube, so kind of karaoke content, let's say. And you can imagine how helpful it can be compared to other platforms, because in this case, you're going to have already all the lyrics written and synced. So what you're going to have to do is just like choosing the background, choosing the styles that you want to give the video, and create it in a matter of minutes. One other very cool feature that Katie is going to present later better, but I can give you a sneak peek already, is something that is basically mixing the lyrics video and the AI tools, and is a feature that will allow you to create a background for your video based on your lyrics. So using like generated images and content from the meaning of your song. Last but not least, we're working on, we're basically gonna deploy it in next weeks on a feature that it's been highly requested, which is basically working on pre-release tracks. Now, the state of the art is that you can add your lyrics only when the songs are already published on the DSPs. While now we're changing this logic, and you will be able to curate your lyrics before the official release of the music. This means that you can save time on release date, which we know is a tricky moment. And at the same time, we can also send this data to the DSPs in advance. So again, we cannot assure that they will be published right on the release date, but the DSPs have more time because they received the lyrics earlier. The premium features are not finished, but I will leave the mic to Vanessa, who can explain you outsource and translation, which are more on the realm of activity, let's say.
Hey everyone. Could you me and we're in the same room. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Vanessa and I'm the VP of Operations. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about outsourcing and translations. We have a community of about 2.5 million people all over the world. So, that's 191 countries speaking. I know one of the questions that was shared was about working in African languages. We actually have, and I also noticed that I see a few curators on here as well. And so those who are familiar with the Musixmatch community knows that we have a pretty big African community as well. So for anyone who's looking to translate in their language, I'm sure we cover your language. The community themselves, the 2.5 million all over the world, and what they can do for you and for us is they bring music closer to everyone. We don't believe that music should only be spoken and sung in English anymore. We really believe that everyone should bring their authentic self to their song. And what translations does is it helps you kind of connect the meaning of your song to that person. One of the most translated songs that we have on our platform as of year to date is The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. And we have over, I think, 120 versions. And we're really proud of that because it really kind of showcases the need for music to be reached and to touch people. And and if anyone has any, I'll drop my email in here as well. So if anyone has any questions more about the community, we can talk about that. But I know there's a lot of questions, so I want to keep it short.
Alrighty. Speaking of questions, we have a chatbot that is embedded within the tool. So you can either go directly to the Help Center. You can find all of the information you need within the Help Center. Be sure you're in the Musixmatch Pro Help Center. Also, I'm forgetting myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie. I am the Artist Community Manager and Label Account Manager at Musixmatch. I am also a musician and songwriter, and right now I mostly work with sync. So I understand you creatives, and I'm here to help. We have two main methods of getting support within the tool for free accounts, and that is this Help Center. Again, make sure at the top it says Musixmatch Pro and is in this branding because the Musixmatch interface is for the wider community and more for contribution rather than for artists and catalog management. So that's an important distinction, but there is a link within the other one to the correct Help Center. So we also have a chat bot that is in Pro. So when you log in there, you'll be able to pull it up on the bottom, just like it does here on the right of the screen. So whenever you need support with a solution, first check here. I guarantee you have a lot in there. And in the next slide, I'll show you our artist community Slack. This is a Slack channel that I manage directly. So this is not a Help Center inbox, but this is a place to connect with other artists and get some more information about the tool. So if we are putting stuff out about Pro, if we have new releases, if we have new features, this is where you can check that out and connect with other artists that are using the tool. Additionally, we have a lot of curators that are on this channel and they can answer any of your questions that you have. Overall, this is just a good, happy, healthy community. So we'd love to have you join us. And in this next slide, I'm going to give it, before you change the slide, Julia, okay. It's fine. I did a pre-recording of this because I wasn't quite sure if my Wi-Fi would be great. And so a precursive apology for the audio quality. It should be fine, but anything that's covered in here, any questions you have, I'm certainly happy to answer in the Q&A at the end of the session.
And this is just a quick walkthrough of the tool, how to utilize those great features that Nicole was mentioning. And I'll also be keeping an eye on the chat, on the group chat while it's going. Thank you.
Pro account. When you log in, you should see this screen here. And the very first thing I'm going to show you, because it unlocks all of your premium features, is how to add an artist. So you're just going to go to the roster page, click Add Artist, and then type in the name of your artist here. You should then see one of their releases below. Now, if your artist has a particularly common name, you can scroll to see more options, or you can click on this button to add their Spotify link directly. And be sure this is a Spotify artist link and not their album or track link. And that's it. After a few days, they should arrive in your roster. So assuming that your profile photo doesn't automatically arrive from Spotify, the next thing you're going to want to do is to update your images and your social profiles, as these are going to be displayed on your public Musixmatch page. So you see here, you just add your background photo, your profile photo. This is going to come up on the roster next to your name. And if you scroll down a bit, you can see that there's room for all of your socials, your website, your genre, and basically all of your just general information. If you click here, you can visualize what the public profile is that your audience will see. This is going to be developing quite a bit in the next few months, so it's really important to get everything on there that you want to be displayed. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to actually put in lyrics and syncs manually. So just open your roster page as we did before, select the artist that you want to work with, and here you can see all of their albums, their releases. And if you just click into the album that you want to work on, you're going to see each song and the status of those lyrics. So you see some say timed lyrics sent. You're going to click into the ones that don't. If you have an audio file, I do recommend uploading it because it will unlock AI sync and lyric videos, but assuming you don't, let's just go straight into the transcription. The proper way to transcribe your lyrics is to listen through the song in its entirety. And I know in many cases, these are your songs, you know them quite well. However, if you're copying and pasting your lyrics, they're often subject to quite a bit of formatting errors, especially if you're not familiar with the transcription guidelines. So I recommend doing that first and foremost, reading the guidelines, adhering by the format suggestions, and always, always, always listen through the track in its entirety while you transcribe the song. It's also worth noting that if you're copying and pasting or submitting the tracks too quickly in general, you could be flagged as a spammer. So that's an important thing to note. Always listen to the track through, always review all of the lyrics, at least for the full length of the song. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit for time's sake, but you want to review those guidelines. You can take the Academy directly through the tool. This will show you that you should always leave spaces in between the sections of your song in order to tag the structure, that you should always capitalize the beginning of every sentence, to not use end of phrase punctuation other than a question mark, and to always put background vocals within parentheses. Once you're finished with the transcription yourself, you can move on to the sync. Now, just like the transcription, you're going to press play below and you're going to hear the song playing from the beginning. Within this tool, all you need to do is read along with the lyrics and press the down button as soon as the phrase you're on ends. Once you're finished with this first broad edit, you're going to want to start the song over again, and using these arrows to the left and the right here, make some fine-tune edits, making sure you capture both the beginning and the end of each phrase before moving to the next one. Next up, we have the structure section, which is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is click on those blanks where you left a space and choose what part of the song comes behind it. Another tab on here is performer tagging, which you can do if you have multiple singers and if you have curator status. Finally, we have the translations tab. Before you can get started with translations, you're going to want to establish your native language and note any other languages you speak. Here you can add any translations to your songs if you have them. And that's it. You're all done with your lyrics. Be sure to press send at the top of the screen. And if they match the guidelines and you don't need to add any more edits, they'll be delivered to all major DSPs within 24 hours. Please note that although we send your lyrics right away, we have no visibility or control over how long the DSPs take to process your lyrics. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Outsource tab, which is by and large the most time-saving feature of a premium plan starting from Artist Grow and above. With the Outsource tab, all you need to do is select the artist you'd like to work with from the drop-down menu. Select any song that says missing transcription or sync. You can choose as many as you want here. Press Next. If you have them, you can speed up the process a little bit by copying and pasting. Remember I said don't do that earlier. This is a place you can copy and paste all of your lyrics. Just press Send, and in about 2 days, your lyrics are going to be transcribed, synced, formatted, and sent to all major DSPs by one of our expert curators or specialists. Next, we have the Lyric Video Maker, which is available to all premium plans from Artist Grow and above. The Lyric Video Maker includes unlimited 30-second clips made from one of our templates or your own personal uploaded footage, formatted to the popular social media platform of your choice, such as Instagram Grid or Stories, TikTok, Spotify Canvas, and more. You can also make full-length lyric videos within the tool for an additional charge. Here I'm going to select one of my songs, and instead of choosing a template, I'm going to use the Start from Scratch option. I suggest really playing around within the tool to find your own specific style and presentation you want to represent your artist brand. Clicking into the other sections here, you can edit everything from the font, the positioning, and the size of your lyrics. You can add color overlays or simply use one of the templates that we made for you. There are a ton of options to choose from. When you're happy with your video, just click Finalize, Export, and then your video will be emailed to you when it's done processing. If you have an upgraded account, you might have access to the AI generative feature, which analyzes your lyrics and creates video footage from that analysis. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is how to add credits for your artist. So all you do is click into the Credits tab, select what artists you want to work with, and then select all the things that apply to them. Press Continue, and then select those songs. For me, obviously, I'm the songwriter and lead singer of all of my songs. So you just press Send, and those credits are going to be added to your social page. Here is Anwar's again for reference. And that's it. If you need any help navigating Pro, you can always look at the Musixmatch Pro Help Center or reach out to our chatbot within the tool.
Thank you. So as Nicole was explaining earlier, the lyric to video tool is something you can do within the Lyric Video Maker, where it analyzes, it's crazy, actually. It analyzes the track that you have, the lyrics, and then it gives you an analysis of it, like the mood, any sort of themes that could be in it, and then choosing based on whether you want to start from the lyrics from scratch or from your artwork, because your artwork is automatically going to be uploaded from Spotify. That is going to create something unique for you to use. And it's, again, you can choose your style, what direction you want to go with it. And I have a short example of it in the next page as well. Yes. So this is a little one I formatted for, I believe, Instagram stories. It normally has audio as well, but that's just to give you an idea. So all of that natural background there is actually generated from the AI that was analyzing the lyrics in the song. And that is it. I am happy to help with some questions. Thank you so much for coming here, showing up, and also the plan. Sorry, I forgot this slide. On here, we have all of our paid plans that are available to artists. So as you know, you can always claim a free profile on Musixmatch Pro and distribute and sync your lyrics. We do have 2 restrictions on that, and it's any of the premium features. And one of the premium features actually includes claiming a song that is owned by more than one artist. So this is a multifold reason. I saw a few of you asked about this. The reason that featuring tracks are not included on one of our on one of our free plans is because it requires additional QC from the team to go in and to just double check that those lyrics are correct and the publishing is going to the right place, that it's owned from different, owned by both of these different parties, and that you have the ability to actually contribute lyrics to it. However, the most affordable plan that we have for artists is the basic plan, which comes out to $19 per year. As a Symphonic user, you get 10% off of that. So that comes out to about $17.50, 17. And that's for the entire year. And with that, you get one verified artist, fast track artist verification. You can edit songs with featuring artists and use some of our AI tools. On the higher up plans we also allow for the access to the lyric video tool, as well as, depending on what time of the season it is, perhaps also some free lyric videos, full-length lyric videos. So from the artist grow and above, every one of those plans is going to include access to the lyric video tool. However, full-length lyric videos are an additional price typically. But here, as you can see here, and currently we're running a special, whereas if you purchase an Artist Grow plan, you can get 3 of those lyric videos included. Additionally, with any of these paid plans, you're also going to get access to a premium support channel. So when you sign up, you get a premium support email. Those emails are answered within 2 working days. And that is it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I see a lot of questions coming in.
I'm answering a lot of them.
Okay, yes, and we're answering some in the chat. But I think we'd like to address some here as well.
Do you want to maybe take the ones that they pre-sent so we can?
Yes.
And then I'll work on the ones that are coming in.
For sure. For sure. So some of the questions we might have gone over in the presentation, but just to emphasize, one question we got a lot in advance is, can I distribute my lyrics for free? And the answer is yes. The free plan allows you to distribute and sync lyrics for one artist. Another question that came in a lot is, can I manage multiple artists under one account? And the answer is yes. Carrie can expand on this a little more.
Yes, you can manage many artists from one account, depending on what plan you purchase. However, for a free plan, only one artist is permitted. Someone asked about legacy. That's a very good question. We're going to be, and we have a Help Center article about this. If you have a legacy account where you claimed, let's say 20 artists before we introduce these paid plan models, I will be reaching out to you, and you should soon get a notification within your Pro account if you haven't already. And we will have some transition deals for you as well. So yes, you can claim multiple artists, but under paid plans.
If I can add quickly, because I also read a question about someone who had a legacy account, but an artist light that we disabled just a couple of weeks ago. And this is gonna stay on your profile until you decide to change plan or cancel your plan. So in case you have an artist light, this is gonna stay with the same conditions until you decide to change anything. And for the specific question, probably we're still defining it exactly, but the pre-release will be available for the Artist Plus and above.
Another question I'm seeing a lot is related to timelines of how long it takes for lyrics to be approved and sent to the DSPs, which I know we addressed as well, but for emphasis.
So Nicole and I could both answer this, but lyrics, when you put them in yourself, they're sent to the DSPs within 24 hours. So we send your lyrics right away as soon as they're verified. However, we have no control or visibility over how long those DSPs take to process your lyrics, and they all have different processing times. So if you see they're live on, say, Meta on Instagram, but they're not on Spotify, don't worry. If they send to one, they've been sent to all of them. And there's very few circumstances in which that's not the case. I saw as well, someone asked if they could add lyrics in multiple languages. Yes. Within the tool, we have a translations area that you can go in, enter the languages that you speak, and add your own translations in there. It's very cool.
We got a question in advance about songs that have been released many, many years ago and whether it's possible to update lyrics for those. And the answer is yes, you can update lyrics for your entire back catalog.
So
anytime.
long as they are on Spotify and Apple. Yes, you can.
And in relation to that, I see a question, if you're a new artist with no music out yet or no Spotify and Apple profile, what do you need to do then?
Set it up.
Yeah, set it up. I believe your Spotify and Apple profiles get created once you've submitted your song for distribution. So once you have those profiles, you can connect them to your Musixmatch account.
I want to add to that quickly that the song does need to arrive first before we can see it as an account. Otherwise, it's going to say we see empty discographies, and so it's going to come up a bit strange on our side. So after your first song, yes, absolutely. I saw something about how to monetize from sync licensing. Do you mean sync licensing as in from your syncs, or are you talking about publishing? That's an interesting clarification. If we're talking about your lyrics, can you make money from your lyrics? If you own your publishing and you're registered as a publisher, yes, you can do that. But you need to register first with Musixmatch as a publisher and completely deliver all of your metadata. And the other question, we don't deal with that specifically at Musixmatch, but there are plenty of resources out there that if you want, send me a message in the artist community Slack, and I'll definitely point you towards some.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point to make too, because I think a lot of the people in this webinar who are going to use Musixmatch Pro are looking for different opportunities to further their artist careers and get into different parts of the industry. And that's a great place to interact with each other and, share tips and different strategies that you guys are using in addition to the Musixmatch tools. I'm just going to look through a little bit more of these questions. Nicole, I see you're typing an answer, but do you want to talk a little more about pre-release just to expand?
I was just answering to this. I will send the answer later so it gets saved. At the moment, it's a premium feature. You will be able to add the lyrics in advance for either songs that already have a pre-release on, for example, Apple Music, or songs that have not been published anywhere yet. So even potentially songs that don't exist yet. However, to be matched with your catalog, you will have to add the specific and correct ICRC so that then we will be able to match the song added on Pro with the published one on the DSPs. I saw that someone also was asking whether Pro can be used in a way to create lyrics, work on lyrics. This is something that is not available yet. However, we're working on integrating with some partners and exploring some other possibilities. So it could be that in the future we're going to have this possibility.
I saw a question that said, once you sign up, do you retain ownership of your data, or does Musixmatch Pro then own it? It's not like a social media platform where if you upload a video, they own the video. When you register to Pro, your songs are still yours. And we are only assisting in the distribution of those lyrics, as well as creating other lyric-based content.
Kerry, maybe you wanna, I see a question that is Musixmatch available for labels? I think you're probably the best one.
Yes, it is. If you go to the pricing page, which I'm gonna link in here. Okay, so within the pricing plan, we have a tab that says artist, and then if you click on Next to where it says artist, it also says labels. So there's going to be a slider. It might be too difficult for us to change the screen now, but if you click into that link I just shared and you click on the labels, there's going to be a slider. You can select 5, 10, 20, up to 150. Beyond that is a custom plan, but yes, 50% of what I work with is onboarding labels and showing them the details of the tool and helping their teams get situated with Pro to be able to maximize their use of our platform. Someone asked about YouTube full-length lyric videos. Is there an option to expand the amount of video limit? So again, clips are included. Unlimited 30-second clips are included within Pro. If you want full-length lyric videos, those can be purchased. But yes, you can also top up with packages within the tool as well. If you're both the artist and the label, certainly you're able to claim yourself. Is there another specific question you had, Robert? No, you would just create one account and you can claim yourself, but it depends on how you would like to manage your roster. For me, I would want one account with all of my artists on it.
An artist with releases on 3 labels, you might want 3 accounts. I think, these scenarios are specific to you and how you want to work, and what is the most efficient way for you to use the tool. I don't want to get too into the weeds of people's specific scenarios, but definitely check out our help center if you have questions about how you can use the tool, and the chat box as well if you have specific questions to your scenario. But I think that we've gotten around to most of the kind of general questions that apply to everybody. And thank you so much for having us, Laura. We've really enjoyed it.
Audio. Yes, yay. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate this. I think you guys got through almost all the questions, so yay. So for everybody who's still hanging out here, this session has been recorded. It will be available on the Symphonic YouTube channel in a few days. Just give us a few days to make it all pretty for you. And if you've registered for this event, you'll also get it via email. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Nicole, Carrie, Julia, Vanessa, really appreciate your time. And see you guys somewhere on the internet soon.